Greeting interwebs, this is Jackie K, and welcome for some more Sonic Colors. It's been a while. Last time, I showed off collecting some red rings while reminiscing about Sonic Colors, its history, and what will be the future of it, all of the time I'm recording that. Today, you may notice, Sonic is not glowing.
Home of the ever-popular Sonic Simulator. Waste time with your pathetic friends in multiplayer mode.
Funny, I have no friends, at least not with me. So we'll have to do this solo. Let's just dive right into it. So as you can see, there's several modes in here. 1.5, which is pretty much 2-player with 1 controller. 2-player, which is flat out multiplayer. And the single player. You could be Sonic, but you can also be a Mii. Isn't that just lovely? So yeah, the Sonic head is glowing green and not red. Yeah, I kinda attempted this already, but I feel like I could do a better job for you guys. Not that it's a big deal, these are just like little mini challenges, so I could redo them as many times as I want. And it won't really change the gameplay at all. Let's just dive right into it with 1-1. So basically, these things are your multiplayer mode. Even though you're playing by yourself, you can change between the two Sonics by pressing the assist button. On the GameCube controller for me, that would be Y. And they're basically just mini levels that you plow along through. And you unlock more of them as you get more red rings. I believe it's like 50 to unlock the first set of 1-1 through like 1-7. Then after that, you get a new level every time you collect 10 red rings. As you can tell, I don't have all the red rings, so I don't have all the levels. Which might make this a little difficult to 100%. I do want to do it someday, especially for you guys. It might just take me a little bit longer than I like. I might end up just having to do multiple videos. Well, it's gonna be multiple videos anyway. I mean, like, there might be a bit of time between these particular bonus episodes, is what I'm particularly trying to say. Once you reach the very end, you get this gold ring, and unlike most gold rings, you can get a little extra rings by jumping through it. And that's it, challenge 1 complete. No need to dilly around because it's pretty much like normal Sonic, except without the extra lives. So onwards to 2-1. By the way, you notice anything familiar sounding about these levels? Well, that's right. These are actually retro remixes of all the Sonic Color levels that we've been through. So I hope you got your ears wide open, because there's going to be a lot of music to listen to, especially if you're a fan of the whole retro sounding feel. Yeah, little extras like these I could probably ignore for the sake of demonstrating this, but hey, it's part of the game, so I might as well show it off. Come on, break over. Yes, sirree. Hurrah! You might be wondering, Jackie K, is there anything more to this? Nope, it's just a simple, fun little multiplayer mode that you can play with your friends, and gives you another way to use your Mii, because let's admit, there wasn't too many ways to actually use your Miis in the actual video games for the Nintendo Wii, unless you were playing like a Mii Party mode. Joy! I got squish! That is just fabulous! I got impaled by spikes. Fabulous! And yeah, unlike a multiplayer mode, you share lives for the single player. So there's like really no point between swapping between the two Sonics. Sure, in multiplayer mode you have separate lives, which is quite nice if you have one friend who is significantly worse at the game than the other friend. But I gotta be on my toes now, because if I screw up, I get the game over, and I gotta do the entire challenge over again, despite the fact there's actually a few checkpoints along these certain challenges. At least I get the rings now, so we don't have to worry about that. Thank you for the warning explanation points. Oh, I thought they were just gonna fall down to my demise. Nope, they go up and try and kill you. Fabulous. I believe we're almost at the end of this level. Yeah, I just noticed, you can see on screen that I've done this before. Because you can see the score I got the previous time. Maybe for these first 3 we can at least try and improve. No, I always died to there. So game over, start over. It's hard enough to find things to talk about while going through these, so I'll meet you back where I was. No! I swear it's not that difficult. They get difficult later, but it's not that difficult right now. Okay, I think I have my facts a little backwards there. That's not the high score right below the timer, that's my current score. But there is a score that we can try to improve ourselves, so why don't we do our best to make the improvement? Hurrah! And that will mean to collect as many rings as I can to boost my good old score. A little bit of a shame they don't actually keep like your life count into consideration, because it is the same amount of lives, you don't really get more lives within the level. So it might be a good opportunity to actually get the points and the rings that we need. Whatever the case may be. It is a personal best, people! We have made improvement! Yes! Onwards to 3-1. AKA the one that I kind of have to come up with other things to talk about besides the game, because there's nothing else left to talk about. Although this is a pretty cool 3D segment we have coming up here. It does give me an idea of something. I actually played a level of Sonic Colors before starting up this recording, besides the game mode. With the hopes of getting a few red rings while I was setting up. I only got 1 red ring, well, that's not the case. I know that there's a lot of scripted areas in here, and they never bugged me before, but while I was clicking red rings, it was like I was accidentally running too fast to go to an area that had red rings. I passed the red rings and, oh, scripted event, I can't go back. It's even worse when you have a wisp, and you lose that wisp on the hunt for red rings. So I guess that's another flaw I realized about the game from playing it a bit more. Other things of note. Since it's been a little while since I recorded the last Sonic Colors, I have to say not much has really changed with Sonic history since when I did that Future of Sonic. I'm not sure if Sonic Boom was announced at the time of making that, so I will admit that is new. But the game's not out yet, so there's not really much to say. At least it's not out by the time I'm recording this. It doesn't even have a release date, so I don't think it'll be out anytime soon, and we'll still be waiting on for its release when I upload this video. Maybe by the time I actually finish these, though Sonic Boom will be out. I'm a little hesitant to talk about some of the popular things people talk about, because people have finally just gotten over that. And I feel like I would be bringing up dead topics. But in congratulation, or just to simply show that I acknowledge that things have happened since I've recorded that, there's a little bit of controversy with Sonic Boom. I think it died down when people realized a detail about the game I'll get into in a sec. But for Sonic Boom, all the characters got redesigned. Honestly, it is not as drastic as people make it out to be, but it is drastic enough to make notice of. Especially when it comes to Sonic and Knuckles, I suppose. With Tails and Amy, it's more just like they got different clothes. All Tails got was a tool belt added to his design. Amy just got a different set of clothes as far as I could tell. For Knuckles, old Knuckles isn't the most noticeable one. All the jokes we've had was the design of Knuckles. He's just a lot huger. Granted, I kind of appreciate the fact that it shows off his bulkiness. Because if you take a good look at how Knuckles looks before the Boom designs, you kind of really didn't tell that he was much of a muscular powerhouse just from looking at him. But you could definitely see that in this game. Sonic's got a little bandana and he's a bit taller. But Knuckles is like the only one that I was drastic enough to actually worry about. The one thing that kind of bothers me about the designs at the time. Bandage! Bandage everywhere! Like really, like all the characters have like bandage. A lot of them have bandages instead of gloves now, and it's just like, why all the bandages? Jackie K doesn't like bandages. They thinks they're silly and all that. Well, that's what I get for actually talking negative. I get my butt handed to me by the game. Well, in reality, that's all I really worry about the redesigns. And there's actually more to that than the redesigns. It's really not a big deal overall, because, funny enough, the Sonic Boom series is actually going to be considered a different canon from all the Sonic that's happened to this day. It's more like an Americanized Sonic, although Sonic's already kind of been an Americanized Japanese game, if that makes any sense. So it's a little odd that they're making a specialized Americanized Sonic, but it's more just so they could do all sorts of marketing with it. On top of the new game, they're going to be having a TV show all about the Sonic Boom. I think they're going to make some toys, don't quote me on that much though. But there's going to be a lot of Sonic-y stuff in the future, and I am kind of glad about that. The Sonic Boom game coming to the Wii U as part of the promotional deal Nintendo apparently got with Sony, which was how we got Sonic Lost World on the Wii U and that. Oh yeah, Sonic Lost World. I talked about the game back when I did that retrospective, but at the time I only played the Wii U version, so that was all fine and dandy. I did play the DS version, 3DS I should say, on Jackie K Tries, and that video would have gone up by now, so you can watch that Jackie K Tries to get an opinion about things. And speaking of which, I've done 4 levels of this. I think doing 4 levels and then doing the other 4 in another video would be a good landing off point. I'll continue that Sonic Boom talk in 5.1 in the next episode, because I do feel like I got a little cut off. So we'll be taking on the rest of these levels in the next part. This has been Jackie K, and I'll see you then.